So what am I really putting on the line at this point? You know, I thought you guys were memeing with the word overdog, but is overdog actually a legitimate word?
No, so I think I said it once, and then Katz has basically said it all the time, and now it's catching back on in my mind.
Yeah, but if you Google it, it also just says like a dominant person and stuff. I'm like, really? Overdog? Oh, well. Well, a man who's definitely not an overdog in this one is our French pro that's in the top right side. He is currently teamless. It is ShaDoWn.
And down here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have our red Protoss player from Storm Gaming. He is MaxPax. You weren't kidding. I actually never tried Googling it, but it's not just like, here's Urban Dictionary. It's Merriam-Webster Dictionary, overdog, definition, noun. Like, I had no idea.
No, I had no idea either. And I thought you guys were memeing, but you kept saying it. So I was like, I'm going to look it up. And now I'm getting all these serious results. I'm like, really? Is overdog a thing in 2021? Maybe
First
it
known
is.
use in 1908. This is not even a recent thing.
1908 is a very special year. It's the year that Feyenoord got founded.
Oh my God. I do love how good your memory is, not just for StarCraft, but also for football.
It's a very common thing in Rotterdam, though. Any Feyenoord fan knows. It's often on our shirts as well. And I've got a couple football jerseys, as you may or may not know.
Why isn't it Rotterdam 07?
Well, because the team got founded in 1908.
Oh, wait. Okay. I think, you know, my brain has been operating very slowly today, Kev.
And
I definitely thought we were talking about 1907, but now I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, I did say 1908 like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. And on top of that, I'm born on the 8th of May, not the 7th of May. So.
Ah, well, there you go. Nice, easy way to remember Kev's birthday. I like that.
That's what you say now. Let's see if the 8th of May you still remember, Fear Dragon. All right, MaxPax is going for a 1-gate fast expand on the low ground, kind of like how we predicted. And I know a lot of people will immediately think, can't you just do X, Y, or Z against this? It's really not that easy. The guy is so incredibly good in having the correct response, knowing when he needs all the batteries or only needs a single battery or needs no batteries. The most bizarre thing is that in most of the games I actually see, it's actually MaxPax who finds economic damage first, despite the fact that he's the one going for the greedy. Whoa, wait, what? He misplaced the Nexus, I guess, or there was a cancelled pylon. I guess that is what happened. Sorry. But yeah, let's keep a close eye on this adapt, because sometimes MaxPax actually just gets in there. Not this time, though.
Yeah, gonna cancel that shade as the Stalkers are very much onto him. The Stalkers gonna be taking the wrong way around to try and find the Adept, but they do end up backtracking as it looks like they were just kind of poking forward. See that Adept shade coming in from the left-hand side. Stalkers will chase, but looks like MaxPax is not looking to commit right now. He's gonna try and keep that Adept alive for a little bit longer and potentially do something with the Oracle, but for now, I mean, ShaDoWn has just been on top of things, but he's also going for his little proxy in the bottom right.
Yeah, seems like a Dark Shrine, right? It's like the only thing that really makes sense, especially since he's got a very quick Twilight. Whoa.
Second Twilight.
Robo, but maybe a Robo and a Dark Shrine. Adept does get into the main base, gets the Scout off on the Twilight. There you go. MaxPax finds his first probe, and he's gonna find the second probe too. Like, I don't even know how he gets 2 probe kills with 1 Adept when he's the one going 1-gate fast expand.
Yeah. Also unfortunate considering there was a shield battery on the way too. Oh man. Well, single Oracle is going to come on forward, and with the shield battery already finished up in the main base and not a lot of probes at the natural anyways, it does seem like the 2 Stalkers should be plenty to defend against the Oracle. They are going to start to pick away at some of its shields as it makes its way back into the dead airspace, but yeah. I think MaxPax is just going to be looking for a stasis trap, and oh, ShaDoWn. There you go.
Now, obviously, if MaxPax doesn't find the Twilight and the Robo in the bottom right, this can actually get a bit dicey. Having 1 Oracle is nice, but he only has a single Revelation available at this point. He's got a probe, and he is actually going to send his probe around a little bit, but he still has not checked the bottom right, and that's what he needs to see. Because that Dark Shrine is going to finish up. There is going to be a Warp Prism too. This can honestly get a little bit dicey for MaxPax, especially if in a weird world he would lose that Oracle.
Oh, 100%. That would be disastrous in a situation, or even if the Oracle ends up going back in, as I think it is right now, and it throws down a Revelation. This is the point of the game where energy is really important. He does have enough energy for another Revelation in like a few seconds, but...
Okay, he's going to see it now. He's actually going to see it with his probe. Sorry.
Okay.
There's the Robo, there's the Dark Shrines, and now MaxPax knows he needs to bring this Oracle home ASAP. ShaDoWn is warping in 2 DTs. If I'm MaxPax, no, actually he's got a full wall off with the Stalker and a shield battery, so he's fine. Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay, but he is gonna get a safety cannon up.
Oh my god, the Void
It's
Ray.
a very wise decision. Void Ray barely misses the Warp Prism.
Yeah, could have been a nice snag there if you're able to get the kill on the DT and the Prism at the same time, but there's the Oracle. There is going to be potential revelation. There's thrown down. DT should be going down, and I guess the Void Ray could just chase after the Warp Prism, but just going to secure the kill on the DT first.
Yeah, not too bad for ShaDoWn. It obviously could have gone worse. I mean, this is a bit...
Wow. Wow.
It actually works. It actually works. He's going to warp in 2 more Dark Templars, but there is a cannon in the main base. I mean, a little bit of economic damage could still be very useful. 1 Rico is going to get used, and the other one gets picked up by the Warp Prism. But still, I mean, ShaDoWn is now up 7 Warkers, and he's going up to 3 bases before MaxPax is going up to 3 bases.
Yeah, I mean, I like that ShaDoWn was able to get out of there originally with the Warp Prism and the DT, but now losing the Warp Prism is going to hurt a little bit, especially as MaxPax now thinks, well, I can just move out because I know that that's what you were committing to. So you shouldn't have a whole lot else behind that. Now, does have to really be careful about keeping that Oracle alive, because remember, MaxPax's Robo is only just now kind of coming up. He doesn't have any detection to deal with defensive DTs either, unless he gets the Revelation down.
But he can also just out-micro them, though. I mean, Stalker is obviously pretty good, but 2 Dark Templars is a little bit harder to out-micro. ShaDoWn has to be careful that he doesn't get big stasis. ShaDoWn is also going to lose the pylon in the bottom right side to a probe, and that's actually going to supply block him. Can you believe it? He's gonna... Okay, now another pylon does finish up, but now he still only has 4-3 supply, and the Robo is unpowered, which means he can make safety immortal or something.
Yeah, we see exactly 2 Stalkers getting warped in and starting to build up some extra money that he would love to start throwing into some units right now as the rest of the army comes on forward. The Void Ray doing a nice job microing back and keeping the prismatic alignment alive as well. That high ground area definitely working out well so far for MaxPax. And he is really doing quite a bit of damage before finally the Void Ray gets picked off. But MaxPax has already done all the damage he even needs to. He's just finding additional damage now. Yeah,
and he also still has 42 army supply, while ShaDoWn only has 16. MaxPax is so good, man. He actually just reads everything so once more, very impressed, because it felt like this could have been a very uncomfortable game. This could have been a weird game and a difficult one. But it seems like the young Danish Phenom is just going to run away with it, with extra Stalkers showing up. He's good, make himself comfortable in the natural. He could kill the pylon, he could go for the cannon. Yeah, he's just gonna play it safe, drag the Stalkers of ShaDoWn out of position. And ShaDoWn does have money, but he just had a hard time spending it.
Oh man, now the Prism is here, so finally ShaDoWn is starting to warp in some more reinforcements, but Observer does get actually picked off over there. Nice focus fire from ShaDoWn, so the DTs can do a bit more damage until the Oracle throws down a Revelation.
Look at the money, man. 1,200 minerals. This is a little bit too much when you've got a MaxiPax who's being very aggressive. If I was MaxPax, I maybe would try to kill that battery if you want to take this fight, and that's exactly what he does. And now he should have overwhelming Stalker numbers to just walk away with it. 1 or 2 Zealots is not going to make the difference, and of course MaxPax can still warp in his own Stalkers in the back, and we blink forward to kill the Prism. I mean, if we do that, we lose the game, but if we don't, we also kind of lose the game.
Yeah, it was kind of a no-win situation at this point, and we see that ShaDoWn is just trying to retreat back with his Stalkers, but he's given up his 3rd base, and MaxPax looking so strong this first game. Like you were saying, it's the game sense to be able to recognize everything that was going on, sending that probe around, get a little bit of extra scouting information. I know the DTs were coming, so he was extra prepared. Just everything on point. How do you take games off of this man in PvP? It's so difficult.
You know what you do? You let him go for the 1 gate fast spend, and then he always goes Stargate, and then you make it seem like you're 1 base only, but you actually take the base with the rich Vespian gas, and then you out Phoenix him. That's how you do it, Frederick.
My God. Yeah, Phoenix versus Phoenix Force is definitely an area of PvP that some would consider to be unnatural. So I could see that working out maybe.
I had a fun little interaction with MaxPax this morning, as I often like to play a couple ladder games before I have a DreamHack day, just to get into the spirit, you know, and get the system booted up. And I played against his Terran, and he actually built like 2 bunkers in my natural, and I'm like, I don't know, he just did some weird stuff. I'm like, aren't you ashamed of yourself doing this? And he said, no, I'm bothered by you never scouting. I was like, what do you mean? I do scout. He's like, when? I was like, at the loading screen. And he's like, and I was like, come on, MaxPax, let's be real. You have a bigger chance of beating me with your Terran than you do with your Protoss. And then he said, haha, is that a balance vine? And I was like, absolutely. We've had a lot of fun PvPs over the years, but the last few I've enjoyed a little bit less. Kid is getting too good, man.
He's becoming super reliable and super sturdy. But, well, ShaDoWn's still got to find some kind of answer to him now as we head on to map number 2, Jagannatha. This is, I mean, Kev, do you really want to see it go into like Phoenix versus Phoenix Wars? And that's like where ShaDoWn maybe tries to make something happen, or?
I mean, it's hard because this map obviously doesn't have a rich Vespian geyser. I was kind of memeing, but that's the kind of stuff that you could maybe even catch someone like MaxPax off guard with on this map. I mean, if MaxPax does go for 1 gate fast expand again on the low ground, which I think he most likely will, maybe you can try to break him with a 3-gate robo, but he's so good against it as well, and his scouting is so good. He always keeps track of your scouting probe, then he has another probe out on the map that's scouting what you're doing on your side of the map, and if he doesn't see X, Y, or Z, he's going to check every little corner. So it's just really, really hard to surprise that young Danish man. You kind of just have to outplay him. But that's easier said than done, as you guys can see. In the top right side, we're looking in the main base of the man who has just dropped his first map of the DreamHack Masters Winter 2021. It is ShaDoWn.
And down over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have our red Protoss player currently sitting up 1-0 and has not dropped a map yet in the DreamHack SC2 Masters Winter. He is SiStorm Gaming's MaxPax.
There are only 2 undefeated players at this point in the DreamHack Masters Winter, and that is MaxPax and Serral. Serral's already 3-0 in series, 6-0 in maps. MaxPax is 2-0 in series, but now 5-0 in maps.
Yeah, doing pretty well. Is he the next Serral?
I don't think anyone will ever be the next Serral, because I don't think there was anyone before Serral who had a year like Serral had. Like the 2018 year is ridiculous.
It's actually something that I feel like if someone told me that that was ever going to happen, I would say that they were making up. If they told me that in like 2015, 2016, even like 2017, when Neeb was dominating and stuff, and it was kind of being shown that non-Koreans could compete with the Koreans, I would have been like, no, you're like, what you're talking about basically means that they're avoiding matches. But Serral being able to go on something close to a 365-day winning streak is actually just the most absurd thing ever.
Yep. Yeah, it was a little bit less because he lost in WASG, and then the first loss was
one
in the group
series
stage.
to Neeb. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the online series, right? That was right before BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Or Katowice or whatever it was. It was a bit silly, but the TLDR is that it's going to be very hard for anyone to be the next Jonas Sotala. But MaxPax is definitely well on his way to make his own little legacy. And it's just good to see a young European Protoss doing this well. Because for years and years, it's always been Showtime, Showtime, Showtime when we talk about European Protosses. But at this point, you have to mention MaxPax. And there are quite a few diehard StarCraft 2 fans who already believe that MaxPax is the better of those two. I think they're both awesome, so we will see. But the results have definitely been in favor of MaxPax.
So far, we do see a little bit of the openings here as MaxPax is actually going to let his pylon finish up there. So the Stalkers will have to stick around and take that out. But Cybernetic score delay also means that ShaDoWn did invest a little bit more into his delay here, but he's also going to be able to cancel that eventually and get some of those resources back.
This Adept is going to make it into the main though, and that could potentially mean a great scout and once more -2 probes, most likely. Unless we can see some fabulous saves. You definitely don't want to lose 3 probes, but that's not going to happen. Yeah. Still though, it's one Adept, Ravi, one Adept that gets a perfect scout off and also gets 2 worker kills. It's such a big deal.
Okay, you're supposed to have 3 workers on gas right now, right? ShaDoWn? He didn't put his worker back on gas after losing it.
It's a big deal because he also has 19 probes in his main, so you're spot on. This Oracle is going to show up right before the battery is done as well, I think. Oh no. He can actually lose like 4 or 5 probes very quick here. Like, you don't need a big window to kill 4 workers, and we are about to witness that. Man, how does the kid turn everything into gold?
That's actually nuts. Well, the Stalkers are getting something done on this other side. They just
nice.
walked across the map. That's why there's no defenses against the Oracle, and they're killing a lot of workers.
Yeah, that's actually very nice. Now, we do have one Stalker being wiped in, and with perfect micro, maybe ShaDoWn, the Oracle, is going to ruin this party. So, nice counterattack by ShaDoWn, but I still don't love it for him, though.
Yeah, apparently the Zealot for MaxPax, like there was a supply block there, because one of the pylons at the front lines there next to the Nexus actually ended up dying. So ShaDoWn lost one of his pylons to some of the reinforcing units there. Now it's the Stalker versus the Zealot, and the Stalker should win out that fight. So things are getting really messy and hectic across the map, but as things finally settle down, MaxPax is definitely ahead.
Yeah, but this is very bad because now MaxPax has 2 Oracles as well, and ShaDoWn lost 2 Stalkers on the other side of the map. And you may have a shield battery, you may have 1 Stalker, but against 2 Oracles, you're not going to have a very good time. And now MaxPax is even going to run his Stalker into the natural by potentially drawing his opponent out of position. He's got a Phoenix building at home, so I guess he's going to look for the Oracle of ShaDoWn, but ooh, I think ShaDoWn can be very lucky that MaxPax didn't go for it immediately with the 2 Oracles, even though 1 Oracle was incredibly low in energy, to be fair.
ShaDoWn only warped in 1 more Stalker off those 2 warp gates while those Oracles were chilling, though, and MaxPax almost sends all of his pros back in the stasis trap. But now, I think, yeah, the Stalkers could just go after these other Stalkers that ShaDoWn is moving on for.
Though. The Oracles are going to show up in the main base, and it means ShaDoWn is going to be forced to pull all the workers again, and not before losing 6. Thus, MaxPax should kill the pylon. I don't know. I guess he doesn't want to lose extra units there. I mean, not the worst defense by ShaDoWn, but when the dust has settled, he's down 8 workers, and his stack is revealed. It's hard to be in love with anything here if you're the Frenchman.
Yeah, I would say, like, the best case way I could describe that is I don't feel like ShaDoWn fell further behind than he already was.
He has that 1 Oracle flying into the natural. We'll grab 1 probe, but MaxPax still has a Phoenix out on the map. And I think that ShaDoWn knows that. I don't think we can recall that anymore. It's just going to die. And then it's all going to come down to the Blinky boys.
Well, gonna be hoping for some of the most spectacular micro we've ever seen from ShaDoWn. Full-on Alpha Star here, but there's gonna be a lot to ask for. He's gonna actually go for the, you know, the 1 behind Dark Shrine approach here.
Yeah.
I mean, MaxPax, he is sticking around on mostly just this kind of Twilight Council Stargate setup right now. He is already throwing down photon cannons now, though. Wow, MaxPax, yeah, he spots this out with the Oracles.
Yep. Does end up losing an Oracle, though, so that's nice for ShaDoWn, but he's still 4 or 5 workers behind. MaxPax is also the one with a Forge. Finds 2 Stalkers in the natural. Maybe we can save 1. Yes, we can. Good job there by ShaDoWn. That could have gone worse for him. I like how MaxPax just stuck around for a little bit, even though it's like 7 or 8 units against 5. I'm like, maybe we're getting carried away here.
Yeah, but the chase across the map, it looks like ShaDoWn's not going to be able to find a whole lot. Take the shields. Ooh.
The Phoenix is gonna live 1? No.
No. Almost. Oracle moves back in for a stasis, and I don't... Oh, okay, ShaDoWn does pay attention at the nick of time. Gonna be able to find that. Phoenix or Oracle doesn't have enough energy to do a whole lot else. There's the Phoenix flips.
He's so good, actually. This is ridiculous. GG. MaxPax with another very convincing and dominating win in the DreamHack Masters Winter 2021.